everyone. Welcome to the land, episode number 88. My name is Ian.
I'm Rob.
I'm Derek.
How was everyone's weekends? What you guys do?
Chill, dude. Fucking hung out with the baby. Got a couple of Warzone dubs.
Just
Kinda.
Warzone, studying and grilling, dude.
I don't know how you do it, Rob.
That's my diet.
Steak once a week, twice a week, maybe. Are you going like? Is this like carnivore diet or?
No, not at all. I just grill like every other day, dude.
Damn, man. And it's what are you eating with it? Like just usual whatever you want, or
Like you're talking about like the steaks and shit.
yeah, you eating like just veggies, rice, potatoes.
Most of the time it's just like asparagus or like potatoes and stuff.
My man, looking lean.
Been doing better, so gotta keep it up and not go off track, bro. That's the
right. When was it? Sunday. I went to a new bar with Joel, Jared, Chris, Brad, Lindsay, JC, and Brandon. But it's this brand new bar. It's called like Tap and Barrels. So you get this card, and then you put it against a card reader, and you can pour your own beer, and you get charged by the ounce. And I was like, damn, that looks fucking sick. I didn't drink, but it was a cool experience, and it just felt like I was at like the boardwalk of a beach, the whole setting. It was dope.
Where's this at?
We gotta go. It's right on Buffalo and 215. It's a brand new complex.
Nice.
Yeah. We gotta go sometime.
Bet.
Anyways, we have some MMA news. Bellator is in the process of being bought out. Was it just rumored that PFL was thinking about absorbing them, or is it just like straight up it's true, but some people can do what they want? Some fighters can do what they want in terms of where they want to go.
I don't know. I do not know. I've heard both. Yeah. I've heard the roster getting dispersed, and I've heard PFL just straight out buying Bellator out. Yeah. So we'll see. Only time will tell,
Right. But King sent this video of this guy. He was like talking about how fighters on the UFC page were showing up, like AJ McKee, Patricio Pitbull. Who else? Can't think of anything.
He was saying like Vadim Nemkov was on the one roster.
Yeah.
Other guys like Alima McFarland on the UFC roster. Fighters like that.
Yeah.
Sunni, shout out to the boisterous boys.
So I just did a quick search through. I don't see any of that on the UFC's page, but if we're being honest, the UFC's page is pretty ass. Update wise, it doesn't seem like it gets that fully updated, so not exactly the best source. But MVP has announced that he is a free agent too. Would you guys like to see him in the UFC?
I would. I think there's a few good matchups. I mean, obviously he's had a couple of losses recently, not looked as dominant as he has the last few years, but I mean, the obvious one I think everybody wants is Wonder Boy versus MVP. Yeah. That karate style. That would be a sick fight. But Leon's champ right now. I don't know. Maybe MVP could get a couple wins. MVP versus Leon would be cold. Just a lot of great fights for MVP,
Yeah, as much as I want to see that the MVP and Wonder Boy fight, like this is like the great opportunity for PFL to pick him up too. Not to only get the views, but to just have another guy that's going to put on like entertaining fights, because we know MVP brings that to the table.
Yeah, I like that. It kind of sucks. I mean, we've talked about this a lot where we're like, Bellator fighters have no chance against UFC fighters, stuff like that. So when fighters from the UFC are going to PFL or stuff like that and they perform badly, it's like, damn, how much competitive truly is the UFC and other organizations?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited to see Michael Page. I think he is 36, so he's definitely on the other side of 30s, and it's not gonna be like he's gonna get this crazy title run, right? But he can still put on those good fights like Michael Chandler did, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'd like to see him in the UFC for sure, for sure. Speaking of Leon, did you guys see the tweet that Islam tweeted out to Leon saying he wants that fight in Abu Dhabi for the welterweight strap?
Bro, don't be running from Volk now, bro. Don't be running now. Don't do it, Islam. You know, mustache having mother. Bro, I think I don't want to say the easier fight for Islam, but I don't know. I don't know how that fight goes. I don't want to put no doubts on Leon. You know what I mean? He had like a pretty good amount of success against Kamaru in that second fight. You know what I mean? But I'd watch that fight. Am I in love with the idea of it? Not for real, but would I watch it? Yeah. I'd rather see Volk versus Islam run it back, but I could do Leon versus Islam.
Yeah, I agree. I like it. I mean, Islam has the power to make that happen,
Mm-hmm.
He has the right people.
Right.
But yeah, I'd rather see Volk and Islam go at it, and I'd rather see Bilal and Leon do a second one. So
Yeah.
Especially, dude, let Bilal do his thing, man. Stop getting in his way, bro.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, I mean, Islam's first defense was against Volk trying to get the belt. I think he should fight someone in his weight class. Sarukian, maybe of course Charles Oliveira for the rematch. Maybe the winner of Oliveira versus Gaethje, depending on how that goes. I don't know, man. I just think, I mean, you guys know me. I'm not a big fan of double champ fights, because it just makes every division so stagnant. Like they're just like waiting for that thing, just like Bilal. So I'm not a fan.
I feel like I liked double champ fights before when it was like you have like the a movable force, or you know what I'm saying, like two guys that that have cleared out their divisions. They don't have anybody else to fight. Like when it was BJ Penn versus Matt Hughes, you're like, oh, like damn, like these guys literally cleared out their divisions. They don't got nobody else to fight. Like they have to fight. You know what I mean? And it's going to be a competitive fight. But now it's like everybody is chasing double champ. Everybody wants to be double champ, and it's like they get 2-3 wins defending their title, and now they want to fight for the belt, bro. What happened to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want to always bring him up, bro, but Anderson Silva, bro, was knocking out everybody. He didn't care about no double champ status. I mean, he did move up in weight, but I don't know. I don't think these guys are really like when you got like a dominant guy like Volk. Like, yeah, I agree. Like maybe it's time for you to move up, move down, go somewhere else. You know what I mean? But yeah, like you said, it gets too stagnant now. Too many people are chasing double champ status.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. And it's like the double champs back in the day too, they were willing to fight like 4 months after they got that belt too.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a year wait, leaving the division like, fuck, what's going to be next? It's like, no, those guys were willing to fight. Even if how bad like the fight went, they were willing to fight within 5 or 6 months.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah, like, at the time we were the most heavily anticipated fights were like Anderson versus John Jones or GSP versus Anderson. Like those are definitely the fights to make because they cleared out the division, so yeah, I just don't know why people are so fast to move up after I personally don't think Volk has cleared out the featherweight division yet,
Yeah.
Despite beating Max 3 times, despite beating Ortega and Yair. There's still a few more people that I'd love to see him fight.
That deserve it too.
That
They
deserve
really
it.
deserve it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he beats Ilya, but Ilya's, hey, that boy earned it. He's right there, man.
Exactly. Yeah.
Give
Absolutely.
it to him.
Yeah, it's like, although we know that Volk is just that dude, like these people are earning their title shot, so they deserve that chance to fight for the title.
Mhm.
And it's always those ones where you don't think it's gonna fucking happen and it happens, you know. So
Exactly.
let's see. Dominic Cruz is gonna fight Davison Figueiredo at bantamweight sometime in October. I'm not too sure which card it is. But this is gonna be Davison's first bantamweight fight in the UFC, I believe. We have an aging Dominic Cruz. How do you guys see this one?
Man, I think the only thing that stops Dominic Cruz is Father Time, which, like, I feel like him more than a lot of dudes. He's almost like a lot of people forget. Like, I don't know, almost like he's impervious to it. You know what I mean? I feel like he's fighting like still at a high level at not like a super older age, but I mean he's getting up there. You know what I mean? And this is crazy to say, but it's almost like him sitting out those years with those knee surgeries. It almost saves him on, like, I know that, like, fighter years. You know what I mean? It's different when you're in the cage competing 2-3 times a year. You know what I mean? That takes a toll on your body. You know, but I think the reason he looks so fresh, like so later in his career, is because he had those years to recover, had those years off, and I think he's still to me top 10, top 15 dude. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And I think as of right now, I think he beats Figueiredo. I think he beats Figueiredo by decision.
Yeah, this one's hard. I think that Dom's he's still here, and he's still.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, when you are, a top level fighter, you're always going to be that guy. And yeah, Dom's just going to keep fighting big names. Like Figueiredo's huge, man. And yeah, Figgy's probably going to come in as the smaller guy, the shorter guy. But even at his weight with like Moreno, his fights with Moreno, like he packs a lot of power, bro.
Mhm.
He does. And I feel like that's where Dom struggles a lot when he matches up against a heavy hitter. And honestly, I think Dom can take anyone down, whoever you put in front of him. But Figueiredo, again, he's comfortable off his back. So I think this makes an interesting matchup. I can't really predict it right now, to be honest, bro.
Yeah, I mean, as you guys said, Dom is still competitive. He's that veteran where you can still kind of see him putting up a really good fight against these up and comers. It's not so much an easy decision to make for who's gonna win. I do want to say that Dom's footwork will frustrate Figgy. However, I said the same thing about Holm versus Bueno Silva, where I thought Holm was just gonna, work her way around the cage, pop in her shots, but it's a little bit different, of course. For now, I'd probably say Figgy, just because I know that I feel like people kind of, if they're smart enough, they can figure out Dom, So just stay patient. If it's a 5-round fight, that's perfect I think that's perfect for Figgy. If it's a 3-round fight, Dom might just take it by decision.
One thing, I think this is one of those ones where, like, same thing with like Moreno Pantoja. Like, I think whoever wins the scrambles is going to win that fight. You know what I mean? Both guys are so good at winning scrambles. I think whoever we see win those scrambles, take the advantageous positions, I think is going to end up winning that fight.
UFC Fight Night, Holm versus Bueno Silva. What a great card that one was. We got some crazy fights. Crazy injury. Which one was that? Nunes got her. What was it? Her elbow dislocated.
Dislocated.
Oh,
The X-ray was
that
disgusting.
was nasty, bro.
Oh my god! Her bones were throwing up the OK sign, dude. That shit was brutal.
But isn't that better than like breaking an arm, breaking a bone?
I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but I would not think so. I mean,
Probably.
how many times have we seen guys like get put in an arm bar and have their arm hyperextended? You know, at the elbow, it doesn't really break; it just hyperextends. But that's a complete dislocation.
Yeah.
I guess if we're talking about actual breaks, yeah, it's probably better.
Mhm.
But yeah, it was brutal.
That show was nasty, dude. Starting off the fight in the main card, Nazim beats Terrance McKinney by submission round 2. A little bit of controversy with that because Nazim was seen holding the fence a little bit. I rewatched it and it's not the sequence that got him into the position, but Terrance McKinney was possibly trying to get up when he was grabbing the fence. I don't know, but Keith Peterson was like kind of like swatting at his hands a little bit, but there was no like nothing else other than that. I don't know if you guys saw it, but do you guys have any thoughts on it?
I seen it, and I seen Terrence bring it up on like Twitter later. I think this is one of those situations. As a fan, I'm like, okay, whatever, you know, like. But as if I was in Terrence's shoes, I would be the same way, if not worse. I'd be sick.
Yeah.
I'd be pleading like this should be a no contest. You know what I mean? It's just frustrating to see like months of work. It feels like to him, I would imagine that like months of work is ruined because of him grabbing the fence. But like you said, like as outside looking in, I don't think it affected it a ton for it to make it a no contest. So
Right.
that's my thoughts on it.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's gonna happen, bro. And like King said, you know, you can feel for Terrance because all that work put in, and you're never gonna get it back. That's the thing, man.
Right.
So I'm sure Terrance it's rough for him, but yeah, these things happen, bro. As a fan, it's like you kind of just shake it off.
Yeah.
You're like, you know, you hope that the ref does his job, and yeah, it's not really much to say, bro. These things happen.
Yeah.
I mean, there needs to be like absolute with every ref. It's different. Every refs differently. You know, some
Mhm.
people are really strict about it. Some people will give a stern warning. Some people won't give a warning at all. They'll just keep saying like, "Stop grabbing the fence, stop grabbing the fence," and like nothing ever happens out of it.
Mhm.
So I mean, there's just so many like small issues in reffing and in judging where it's like everyone needs to be on the same exact page. You know, everything has to be uniform so that every single person gets a fair fight, regardless of who the ref is.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, I like how you said that as a fan, we're like, get over it. It is what it is. But yes, as a fighter, and you see that shit, and you put in the work, you put in the month and a half work, weeks worth of camp, and then shit like this happens. Like it kind of
And like the position that Terrance is in right now as a fighter is just so weird, man. Like he's you could possibly get cut. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
great for Nazim. I had him winning. He was losing that first round. It was pretty bad, but maybe if the fence grab didn't happen, we could have seen it differently. Hopefully we see Terrance come back.
Yeah.
Next fight, our favorite one. Norma Dumont beats Chelsea Chandler by decision. That was crazy, dude.
Chelsea Chandler thought this was a track meet. She thought she was Sha'Carri Richardson, ain't it?
bro.
That was wild, dog. I don't know, man. I sometimes like you have the instinct to like circle out, you know what I mean? Like disengage and circle out. But to completely turn your back and just turn on the jets is crazy. Like and we've seen guys kind of do it before, like almost like trace the cage, you know, run around the cage, but we've never seen anybody turn from the center of the octagon.
Start
And,
ring.
boom, help! Like, you know what I mean? Like, that was wild. It
No,
looked like
Norma's such a scary. She's a scary woman, bro.
yeah. It looked like Chelsea was ready to jump over the cage, bro. That's crazy.
Oh, dude, imagine that'd be great.
Takes off, dude.
Oh man,
Wild.
I love how DC and all the commentators, they were laughing, but I knew they could have laughed even harder at that.
yeah,
Like, they're trying to be so respectful, dude.
Yeah.
Congrats to Norma. She was killer. In the middleweight division, Albert Duraev loses to Park Young, the Iron Turtle, by submission round 2.
man.
Rob, last podcast hit it right on the dot. Park is not just, a grappler. He is so well rounded. He showed it off tonight, or not tonight, last Saturday, with just a nice gnarly jab. Second round comes around, he adds in the straight to follow up, and he just completely pedal to the metal. Albert could not put up with the pressure of it.
Yeah, I wasn't too familiar with Park before Saturday, but I kind of watched a few of his fights before his fight with who fight Duraev.
Yeah.
Duraev. And he's just, including Saturday, he's just fundamentally sound everywhere.
Mhm.
Like you said, he's good everywhere. Yeah, dude's nasty, dude. I don't know what to say. Is he's not ranked, right?
No.
That's crazy.
What's next for him, dude? I don't know.
Nickel, bro.
Hey, I mean, maybe.
That's where if Bo wins, good for him, man. I'm
Yeah.
gonna give him his props.
I would put some respect on. Well, I respect Bo Nickel, bro. But
Yeah.
what I'm saying is, I would, it does a lot for his reputation if he can be somebody of that caliber, somebody well rounded. I just want to see him fight somebody well rounded.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like that fight, or I like. No, I don't. Never mind. I was gonna say Shabazian, but people are bullying Shabazian lately, man.
Give him Shabazian.
Shabazz, yeah. I don't know, man.
Yeah, dude. I'm still. It's interesting how this fight went, because what really blew my mind is that Duraev he's usually able to put up with guys like that. A lot of pressure, put up with the pressure, but man, Park he just really put it on him, bro. And yeah, bro, Shabazian, dude. Park and Shabazian, I like that.
Yeah, I don't know if it's because Albert did hit him with some really good shots in that first round. So maybe it was a little bit of disbelief, and he's like, man, I'm kind of hitting him with my best shots, and he just keeps going. So maybe it was a little bit of that. Albert did really good. Like, he defended the first rear naked choke attempt pretty well. But yeah, man, I'm just a big fan of Park Jun Young, dude. I love how he was trying to wrestle with DC too. He was like, I'm a UFC employee. So are you, DC.
Dude, real quick.
Yeah.
Not talking about Park. Do you guys think that Bo Nickel could beat Shabazian right now?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so too, dude. I feel so bad saying that. Something in my chest feels so bad for saying that, but yeah, I think so too. That sucks.
That sucks. In the lightweight division, Francisco Prado, was it TKO?
Yeah, it was
Ottman?
stoppage,
Yeah. Finishes Ottman Azaitar in the first round.
Dude, crazy.
The Argentinian Drew Dober, bro. Thoughts on this one? Was it early to you guys?
No, I don't think it was early. I think it was a good stoppage. Um,
Congrats, and that's it, bro.
yeah, congrats, dude. I mean, I don't really know what's next for either of the guys. I'm not too familiar with either one of them outside of this fight, but yeah, I don't think it was an early stoppage.
I don't think it was early either. And honestly, bro, Francisco looked so crisp throughout the entire fight. Like Ottman had no answers, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I don't know what's next for Francisco, but I will say he looked great in that fight.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see him fight again.
He's like
Mhm.
21, right? He's hella
Yeah, dude, he's 21.
Young blood.
Fuck
Bro.
hell, dude. And then the co-main event, Jack Della Maddalena gets it done, dude. What was it?
Dude.
Split decision? Against Bassil Hafez. Dude,
Hafez.
cannot believe this fucking fight.
Dude, I will say this, bro. I'll say this. Styles make fights. And I feel like I felt for him watching the fight. I felt for Jack, dude. Jack is more of like a classic, like boxer style striking. You know what I mean? Mixes in some leg kicks sometimes, but really good with his hands. You know. And when I like transitioned from just boxing to MMA, I thought like my hands would carry me. You know what I mean? Until I ran into guys like unorthodox strikers, like guys that use the clinch a lot, guys that like to do spinny shit. You know what I mean? It's like for some reason it's like kryptonite, dude. For like I feel like guys that are the boxing, that come from boxing. You know what I mean? It's so unpredictable. It's so hard to guard against, especially when you. I don't know, man. Just watching it, I could just tell like he was just having trouble, not with like. And another thing is Jack was landing strikes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Hafez was just
Yeah.
hanging in there. Jack would land and Hafez would throw one back. So when you got a guy that's tough, durable, and kind of in a striking style maybe you're not entirely used to, that's just I don't know, a combination of things that's going to put you in trouble. And it was a close fight.
Mhm.
Did Jack win? Yeah, Jack won.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Hafez came to fucking fight, bro.
Yeah.
He came to fight. From the start to however many shots he ate in the third, bro, he kept coming.
Yeah.
And I know his corner really dug it into his head during in between rounds, like, hey man, you don't have to trade with this guy. You have success with the wrestling, but bro, Hafez, even like half of the time, Hafez stood there and he stood there in the exchange with Jack, and he had success too, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. Like, he gained a fan. I'm a fan. And not only did he show to the matchmakers that they made a great choice, but he's here to stay.
Yeah.
He's here to fucking stay.
I think the biggest thing from this fight, dude, is Jack got that experience. This is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about like bringing up young guys and putting them against styles that they're not used to and putting them in tough situations, and then they can grow and get into that top 15, top 10. You know what I mean? I feel like. Go ahead.
And to showcase like your ability against an up and comer like Jack, bro, that's huge.
Yeah. Good on Hafez too. I'm not downplaying anything that Hafez did. You know what I mean? But I think a lot of people are going to say, "Oh, Jack's not ready for higher competition." I say, no, give him higher competition, bro. I think he's ready. I just think this was one of those cases. Style makes fights, and it was a rough night for Jack, but I feel like he learned a lot. And good on Hafez too it was a banger. Good on Hafez for staying in there and throwing some bangers.
Jack could barely do a post-fight interview after that shit. He was so fucking tired, dude.
When was his fight at 290? That was canceled like the week of like a Monday, right? Like he didn't do the weight cut and then it got canceled, right?
Yeah, like a week and a half, a weekend, something like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. The fight I was most confident in was the closest fight that could ever fucking happen. Um, did I think it was robbery? Of course not. I think Jack won. Especially with that third round. That was a really good round for Jack. But do I think should Jack fight up in competition? I honestly would say no. Maybe he can fight one more person that looks promising that can possibly crack top 15 in the welterweight division, and then he can go on to fight someone right next to him. Like right now, Ian Gary's right next to him. Michael Chiesa, even though I think he has a fight coming up. So, but the jump to Sean Brady, I don't know, man. Like, I know that you said that he is ready for these fights, King, but I think we would get a little bit more mileage out of Jack if we did see him fight against someone closer to his level, I guess.
Yeah, I think the crazy thing to me is I'm sorry. Dude. The crazy thing to me is like I know I feel like I say this like every week, dude, about bringing up MMA prospects like they do boxing prospects, but it would serve so much better in MMA. There's so many more styles in MMA, so many more things you can throw at a young guy in MMA than in boxing. And it's like guys just want to see oh, Jack didn't do good against this guy that's not ranked. Obviously, he's not ready for ranked guys, dude. Styles make fights, bro.
I don't know who the fuck you're gonna get, bro.
I can't say it enough, bro. I think he'd do well against Sean Brady. I think if that gives him a whole fight camp to work on his takedown defense, to work on his submission defense, to get a guy that's a good grappler. You know what I mean? And if he loses, he loses. And that's the good thing about MMA. If your O goes, who cares? I mean, obviously he's not undefeated, but if you're a young up and coming dude, if you lose on the way up, who cares? You'll get the next one. You know what I mean? But
Man,
it is what it is.
like I said, man, I'm not the fighter. I'm purely the spectator. So, I value your guys' opinions a lot more than some other people on YouTube.
Get up, dude, just get up.
Get your feet on his hips and push.
That's a former women's champion right there, dude. That's a former world champion.
And then the main event, Mayra Bueno Silva gets it done in the second round against Holly Holm. Congrats to Mayra. She proved me wrong. And then for Holly Holm, it sucks, but you know, father time, man. Not saying that, she has to retire, but there's some hungry people.
Yeah, I was more than Holly Holm's performance. Like, I think Holly Holm, not that she did terrible. Mayra just looked good, man. She looked so good. I mean, we all expected Holly Holm to dominate on the feet. She looked so good. I think Holly Holm was so worried about the takedowns and the submissions. Mayra was so good at feinting, changing levels, and giving Holly Holm something to think about. She'd come back up and throw strikes, and those were connecting. I mean, I think, Mayra's pretty young, right? Pretty.
So yeah.
I think young fighters that get that, especially the level changes, level feints. You know what I mean? And can string level changes together with those takedowns. I mean, I think Mayra's gonna do good, man. And I think she's only like ranked 12 or something like that, 10, 12, something like that. Yeah, obviously still a long way to go for Juliana to be talking. Yeah, for Juliana to be talking shit. I don't understand what prompted Juliana to talk shit on the 10 ranked fighter. You know what I mean?
Juliana being Juliana, all right.
And the thing is that's crazy is like Juliana is. I mean, I don't want to talk about it real quick. She's slowly working herself into Cejudo status of just being annoying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But congratulations to Mayra, dude. She looked great. I think she's ready for a bigger challenge. Almost. I mean, I don't want to push her, but yeah, maybe like whoever's ranked 6, 7, maybe 5, somewhere in there. But yeah, congratulations to Mayra.
Yeah, I thought Silva did great, and honestly, it was a slow start. Then Holly did what she does best. She'll pick up the pace at the most random time in the first round, bro. And a lot of clinch work. I was really impressed by Silva, like defending the clinch work from Holly. A lot of good, like both women had great head positioning, but like Silva did a good job fighting in the hands. And whenever Holly did, pick up the pace on the strikes, Buena did a good job countering. And when she countered, it was like a good back and forth. Whenever she countered, then she would set the pace. But then, man, the way she set up that choke, bro, like she forced her arms into Holly's face, forcing Holly to drop down. And as soon as she saw that, bro, that choke was nasty.
Mhm.
Like standing guillotines in a professional fight will always be fucking mind blowing to me. Especially when a fighter's not hurt, because Holly wasn't fucking rocked or anything.
At the top level, at the very top level, that's insane. Because standing guillotine against Joe Schmo outside the bar, dude, is whatever. But it's crazy to hit that against somebody at the pinnacle of the sport. That's crazy.
Yeah, I didn't watch the fight. I was at the gym, but yeah, I was with Joel. He was like, "Damn, Holly Holm's still fucking fighting." But yeah, congrats to Mayra. I like to say, for the sake of the future of the UFC, it's good when younger fighters beat these veterans. And then after the fight, there's these stats of Holly Holm's career in the UFC. She's 8-7 in the UFC, which is kind of crazy. I don't know if you guys realize that.
I wouldn't have thought that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
Another thing I like about Silva is just like I liked her. She made a fan of me, dude. I liked her attitude afterwards. I liked her post-fight interview. I liked her saying that like how much she respected Holly and how scared she was. I love transparency when it comes to fighters, dude. I hate. I mean, I don't hate it, but I love. There's two kinds of fighters: people that put on a character and are really good at putting on a character, and I love it. Like the Connors, dude. Like the guys like that. But if you can't be that, some guys try to be that, and they're not that guy. And I hate guys like that. I would prefer if you can't be that character, just be transparent. Be the people's champ, bro. Be open to the public. And I like Mayra just talking about how nervous she was, about how she was watching Holly before she even started training MMA. That she was doubting herself, but she ended up getting the win. She couldn't believe it. I like that attitude.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just looking at the fight layout. So Mayra went up 7 spots. She took Holly's spot. But Norma Dumont, that fight was a featherweight fight. And she went up in the bantamweight rankings. So I don't know.
Featherweight fight?
Yeah, that was a featherweight fight.
I thought there were no more featherweight.
Dumont versus Chandler. Yeah.
What happened to that? I don't
know.
What's going on? I might as well be fucking power slap.
I don't know what they're fucking doing. But yeah, for Mayra, please let me see her versus Juliana for a belt. Let me see her versus Pennington or whatever. I think she's perfect for the belt. I mean, we talk about this every single fucking week. Just give us something exciting to pump up the bantamweight division again. Congrats to those fighters. Next up, we have UFC Fight Night London. Tom Aspinall versus Marcin Tybura. What are you giggling at, bro?
You know the girl on TikTok that fucking queefs?
Yeah.
I just saw it. I'll send it to you guys.
Isn't it like Wiz Queefia or something?
Yeah, dude.
Anything in the preliminary card that you guys want to talk about? Chris Duncan versus Yanal Ashmouz. Barberena, Jamal Pogues, Mark Diakesi,
Damn.
Davey Grant. Of course, we don't have to talk about any of these people.
We don't gotta talk about it, but damn, I didn't realize how many
Fights.
got some names on this card, dude. Jeez.
The uncrowned champ, Paul Craig.
Let's go.
Yeah, on the card.
Let's start right fucking.
Uncrowned champ, Paul Craig on the main card, baby.
Bear Dew is back. Let's talk about it.
Okay, so in the featherweight division, Joshua Kulibal takes on Leron Murphy. Filipino stand up. We got our man. Kulibal looks great. He looks promising. He can come back from a fight. I'm taking Kulibal by finish.
I'll go Kulibal by decision.
And you're Filipino, dude?
Oh, I just said Filipino stand up, bro.
Yeah.
You said we, you motherfucker.
We got one.
I'll go.
Bro, you guys
Listen. I got fucking Rob, I got Joel, I got James as my best friends. My girlfriend's Filipino. I'm surrounded by them, bro.
You know how much pansy, bro, I've eaten, dog? I'm pretty much Filipino, dog. You know what I'm saying? I'll go Lerone Murphy, dude. By TKO.
Right. This card, London card, bro. It's just gonna be crazy.
Jai Herbert in the lightweight division. Jai Herbert versus Fares Ziam. I'm not too familiar with him. How do you guys see this one coming? Frenchman. Nicknamed the Smile Killer.
Fares. I'm not too familiar with him either. I've seen a couple of Jai Herbert fights before, but he is getting up there in age. Similar records, you know. I'll go with Fares.
I'll go Fares TKO.
Dang, dude. I'm gonna go Jai Herbert.
Now to the main event.
For the fight of the night. Contender, fight of the year contender, let's be honest. In the middleweight division, we got Andre Muniz versus our boy, Paul Bear Jew Craig. Let's go. Don't count them out. Every time we count them out, something happens. So,
dude,
how do you guys see this one going?
Paul Craig, first round submission by Twister, dude. Easily. That's a bet the house on it, dude. Bet the house on it. For real though, I'll go Paul Craig by submission. It seems like, I don't know, man. Here's the thing. Every time I pick Paul Craig, he comes out and he just fights like trash. Like trash. And then every time I pick against Paul Craig, he's a goddamn ADCC champion. I don't get it, dude. I don't know how the stars align. I'm gonna say Paul Craig by submission.
Nice.
Paul Craig fights like if you took striking away off your character off like the video game and shit. Yeah. It's just submissions only.
Combat jiu-jitsu guy, Paul Craig.
Yeah. I'll go Paul Craig first round knee bar.
Nice.
Ooh.
Damn, guys, come on. Yeah, man. I think we would be less harsh on Paul Craig if he didn't look so fucking intense during the weigh-ins and during the walkout. You know, he just looks so fucking badass when he does those things, and then he comes on and fights like a fucking trash can. Yeah, man. With that being said, I'm gonna go with Andre. I was a big fan of him. He beat Uriah Hall. He had a really gnarly, I think it was like a rear naked choke from someone else, but he lost against Brendan Allen. I was really like pissed about that one, if I'm being honest. But maybe Brendan Allen is just him. This is gonna be a really good grappling match, hopefully. I think Andre takes it over Paul Craig. I think Andre's striking obviously is better than Paul Craig's. But hey, Paul Craig's last fights, like he was the opening to the main card, and he shit the bed every single time. So now they're like, maybe we'll put you like somewhere else so that the pressure's not on for you. So I'm counting out Paul Craig. I hope he proves me wrong. In the featherweight division, Nathaniel Wood takes on Andre Fili. I did not know Andre was still fighting in the UFC.
Dude,
To be honest.
this fight doesn't really make sense to me. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not saying Andre Fili can't compete at like a high level anymore, but Andre Fili's almost kind of turned into the journeyman of the division. And I'm an Andre Fili fan. I love watching Andre Fili fight. I think he brings it every time he fights. But he's just losing these close decisions a lot of the time. You know what I mean? Or fighting like these up and coming studs, really. And Nathaniel Wood is an up and coming stud, dude. You know what I mean? Like, he just beat Charles Jourdain. Just beat Charles Jourdain. You know what I mean?
Damn.
Like, I think Nathaniel Wood actually finishes Andre Fili. I'm gonna go TKO. I'll go second round TKO, third round TKO maybe. But Andre Fili is gonna make it a good fight. I think probably fight of the night, to be honest. But yeah, Nathaniel Wood, third round TKO.
Yeah. It's crazy to think like how many wars Fili has been through, how many big names he's fought, like Cater, Rodriguez, Holloway, MJ, Jourdain, fucking Bryce Mitchell, bro.
Yeah.
Wars, dude. This guy comes to fight. But a guy like Nathaniel Wood, who the last time we saw him, bro, he looks so crisp, bro. His stand-up is crisp, dude. And that's the type of fight that Andre Fili likes, and I think he'll be in trouble in this fight. I think the second round TKO. That's where I'm going.
Yeah, I like that. I'm also gonna go with Nathaniel Wood. Probably, I think it goes decision. But like, man, the influence that Team Alpha Male had on like those 2010s of just bringing up great people, and Andre Fili was part of that. But unfortunately, he failed to reach top contention.
I know. Maybe I'm getting greedy, dude. I am getting greedy because it doesn't happen often, bro.
Uh-huh.
But it would be nice to have a Dan Hooker moment right here, bro.
Yeah,
it would be nice to have a Dan Hooker moment with Andre Fili right here.
Imagine fight week, he shows up, bleached hair.
That's hey, bro.
Switch it
you
up.
You know what Andre Fili you're gonna get too. You don't.
But yeah, dude.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, Andre has shown shines of brilliance sometimes in the cage, so you really can't count him out. But on paper, I think Nathaniel Wood is better. In the co-main event, we got Molly McCann versus, I don't even know how to say her first name, Stolyarenko. I'm not familiar at all with Miss Stolyarenko.
Stolyarenko looks like she's related to Ivan Drago with this mug right here. Meatball Molly. I think Meatball Molly has success in this fight, dude. I think she wins a decision. I think Patty's been hyping her up, dude. She's been force feeding him this camp, which is not an easy task, Exactly. And I think she wins a decision, dude.
With Stolia, how do you say her last name?
Stolyarenko.
I'll just say Stolia. But the only concern on this is like her making 125. I don't know if you guys remember in 2021, she was the one that collapsed on the scale.
Oh shit! Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's how we all know her pretty much. But the last time we saw her was in October. She did lose to Chelsea Chandler, who fought on Saturday. What's up?
The track star.
Yeah, but before that, she did look phenomenal against Jessica Rose Clark, which I think a lot of girls do. I had to fucking say it, bro. But it's gonna be tough putting up against a girl like Molly who packs a lot of power, bro. She has impressive knockouts over Carolina, and that the last time we saw her in London over Goldie, bro, that shit was crazy. I think this is going to be an easy fight for Molly. I think we'll see a second round TKO.
Yep. I'm gonna go ahead and put my conspiracy hat on a little bit, but I think this is Dana White feeding Molly a can to pump up the London crowd.
Yeah, dude, that's not a conspiracy.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
It's a good bounce back fight for her. London, you know what I mean? That's not a conspiracy. That's facts.
I mean, main event too is kind of crazy, bro.
It is. Nathaniel Wood, Andre Fili below Molly McCann.
Yeah.
I understand she's a hometown. I mean, Nathaniel Wood's English too, ain't he?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
God, dude,
He's a great fucking fighter, bro.
I don't know what Dana's on, bro, but he's on that shit Oscar De La Hoya's been on. I don't know, man.
Too much prime, bro. Too much prime.
Hey, cocaine ain't cheap.
I think Molly gets it done. I think she gets a finish by knockout or TKO. I mean, Stolyarenko's she's 10-8. Like that's as can as you can get. So I'm going Molly. End of discussion. She can fight her way up to another Anne Blanchfield type fight, and she's gonna lose again. And then the main event of the evening: Tom Aspinall making his comeback against Marcin Tybura. How do you guys see this one going?
Dude, I love Tom Aspinall. I love the way he fights. I love his style, dude. I think the only thing is I didn't think he was as old as he was. He's 30. I was gonna say like young dude, gives him time to develop in the division, but still relatively young. You know what I mean? I think he wins this fight. I'll say second round TKO.
Ooh.
Damn, dude.
But I mean, I'm not trying to discount Tybura, but Aspinall's coming off an injury, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's been about a year.
Against Curtis Blades, he messed up. What did he mess up?
His knee.
Yeah.
He blew out his knee.
Yep. I think he's looking to make a big impact. It's kind of almost like the division. Kind of forgot about him. A lot's been going on with Jones and Ngannou and all this other stuff. We kind of forgot about Aspinall, but I'm looking for him to make a big splash coming back, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Aspinall's. I've said it before. He's like our modern day Frank Mir.
You know, it really is.
If not with a Frank Mir with better striking. Yeah. That's how I see it. And it's been about a year since he blew his knee out. And like the big question, it's always the big question. Like, are we going to see the same fighter that we saw the last time?
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be a problem. I think Aspinall is much stronger and much faster on the feet. I don't see him spending too much time on his back, and I feel that's where Tybura is the strongest. If he can take opponent down and be on top, that's where that's where he's best. But I don't see him overpowering Aspinall at all, dude. I see a TKO by Tom Aspinall.
Yeah. I'm the exact same way. I think Tybura is gonna be kind of lost in the sauce with all of Aspinall's level changes, stuff like that. I really like how Aspinall fights. He beat some great fighters already. He beat Spivak, people like that. He beat Volkov too. So I think this is sort of Tom. I mean, again, this is how it works. If you're fighting in London and you're an Englishman, you're gonna get a slightly easier fight to just produce more money from the English people. Not saying that Tybura is like an easy fight, of course. He's definitely durable, but I think Tom Aspinall has all the answers for Tybura. I'm gonna say like second round TKO or submission. I don't fucking know, but I think that's should be easy work for Aspinall, in my opinion. Anything else y'all want to talk about? Oh shit, we're an hour in already, bro.
Did you guys watch Nate's sparring footage?
Mm-mm.
No, but I heard it was garbage.
Yeah, he just looks. I don't know. It's typical Nate sparring, but he just looked. I'm gonna say he just looked sloppy.
Dude, I mean, like,
He's
bro,
old,
like
he's older, man. So you got
the thing is like it's turned into like the Jake Paul sweepstakes, bro. Everybody signs the contract and then they get the check and they're like, nice, I did it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like maybe I'll hit the pads a couple times, but it's like,
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen how Ben Askren showed up on weigh-in day, bro.
Right.
Dog was going crazy, bro. We've never seen Ben Askren look like that in his life. That shit was wild. And like, I mean, I'm not saying Nate Diaz is gonna. I mean, obviously Nate Diaz is an athlete, bro, lifetime athlete. He's not gonna show up looking like that, bro. But I wouldn't be surprised if he's showing up to the gym, hitting pads, running, not, you know what I mean,
Mm-hmm.
not going hard on this training camp, I guess.
Yeah. When is that fight? Beginning of August?
I'm not even worried about it, bro. We got Gaethje Poirier, we got Crawford Spence, we got all that to look forward to. I'm not worried about no fucking Prime Energy. I don't care about no fucking.
That's the wrong Paul brother, bro. That's Logan Paul.
I don't give a fuck.
Do you see Logan Paul proposed to his girlfriend or something? And he said like it's gonna be at this fucking crazy destination, the wedding, but he was like, yeah, I just gotta get a couple of WWE matches in and paid off, we're good. So I'm like, damn, bro, you gotta like that with the WWE.
The thing is, bro, I know that's bullshit, bro. Prime just signed a deal with Barcelona, ain't it?
Damn, really?
I think yes, Prime
Yeah,
to be the official drink of Barcelona.
That's crazy.
That was wild to me. When I seen that, I was like, what?
The fact that the power that influencers have.
KSI influence is crazy, bro.
Yeah.
That's wild. I didn't think KSI was like that over there.
Oh yeah. I think he's got to be the most popular like YouTube influencer in all of Europe.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I just figured, I mean, I don't think I feel like the Paul brothers have gotten away from like YouTube and stuff like that, so I just assumed, to me, what it feels like now that I have a better understanding, that KSI is almost like the Kai of like over here.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean? I don't know, but it's crazy.
I mean, to be honest, Kai Cenat, he's extremely popular, but KSI is he's fucking huge.
I didn't realize. I was not familiar with his game.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Some good stuff over there, bro.
Meanwhile, Prime Energy is getting investigated by the FDA, bro. Got these 8-year-olds hopped up on. Oh no, man. Rob, talk to him. That's Mr. Prime over there. Mr. Prime Time over there.
So, what gear are you guys on? What steroids you guys using?
What are you talking about, bro?
I'm on natty, bro. What are you talking about?
Trying to get big.
You are big, dude.
Thanks, bro.
You are big, bro. We'll talk after the podcast, bro.
All right, guys. What is y'all's song suggestion?
Whoa.
Go Bobby Boucher by Earth Gang.
Bobby Boucher.
Bobby Boucher.
Bobby Boucher.
What do I got? I'm gonna go switch it up on y'all. A little country this week. You know what I mean? I've been listening to the gym a lot. The Devil Wears a Suit and Tie, Coulter Wall. Switch it up on y'all.
There we go.
Been in the gym.
I'm gonna go with "Killing in the Name" by Rage Against the Machine.
Banger.
Beautiful.
Banger.
We will see y'all next week when we react to the London card as well as give our predictions for UFC 291. Crazy. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for supporting. We really appreciate it. Devin, I see you. Thank you. Peace out.
Peace out.